City of Johannesburg Manager Floyd Brink is facing arrest after failing to comply with a court order interdicting the city from disconnecting utilities. So we understand that the sheriff of the court was said to have been outside his home this morning with an arrest warrant. We have reached out to his office and his representatives to find out exactly what the status is. But for now, let's talk to the representative of the person who brought the interdict against the city, Stefan Erasmus. Stefan, good morning to you and thanks for your time. So I've got the court papers, the court papers in terms of just outlining the execution of this warrant and some of the details. And from what I can see, the municipal manager was found guilty of being in contempt of a previous court order by Judge Karim on the 15th of August 2023. Just help us understand how we got to today, and I'll ask you more about the execution of the arrest warrant in just a moment.
Good morning. Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me this time. The main thing is the reasoning for us proceeding with a warrant of arrest against the municipal manager is that, first of all, that he was cited, you will see in the papers, he was cited as a third and fourth respondent, and his nominal official capacity being a municipal manager of the City of Johannesburg and, more respectively, the Johannesburg Water. So being that we interdicted them, got an order interdicting them from removing or stopping our client's water, where a rule nisi was also provided for them in respect of a contempt order, for them to come show the court why contempt shouldn't be granted against them on a later date. On such, the water was still not proceed, or they still haven't proceeded to comply directly as they were ordered by the courts, causing our officers to still proceed with the contempt order on the relevant date. And as such, the matter wasn't opposed, and our officers proceeded on this unopposed contempt date, where a contempt order was granted and forcing us to just proceed with a warrant against the municipal manager, making the liability of him, or forcing him to take accountability of the actions of the City of Johannesburg.
So this all revolves around the provision of water to your client, and I understand the way that the story goes is that he's had his water cut several times. Just talk to us about the representations he made with regard to his water saga, or their water saga.
So what happened in that regard is City of Johannesburg attended our client's premises, where they advised that they would be removing a water meter or stopping supply of water, where we advised there were numerous disputes in respect of the water account. And in respect of the bylaws of Johannesburg, if you have a dispute lodged with the City of Water, they're not allowed to disconnect your water, and they still proceeded to enforce that they will be disconnecting water, in which they did.
Let's talk about, we had reports, or we had heard that the sheriff was at the house, at Brink's house, to execute this order. What do you know about that, Stefan? Did that happen?
So I personally was with the sheriff this morning at Brink's premises. As we arrived for the service of the warrant, Brink came out and he did receive a copy of the warrant, where shortly he advised us that he just wants to run this past his legal team. Thereafter, numerous unmarked vehicles arrived at the premises, being of the JMP, the tactical department, advising that we can't proceed with the warrant and that the warrant is, in a sense, ill-founded and from their perspective. So unfortunately, we were not able at this time and moment to physically enforce and execute the warrant of execution.
All right, well, in an update on the story, we'll certainly share some of the attributes of these court papers in terms of the directive given to the sheriff and what the recommendation is for where he should be taken. It actively asks him to be delivered to prison, effectively, or it needs to be, there's some development in terms of where he needs to go next in terms of the execution of this arrest warrant. But as you heard from Stefan Erasmus, who's the lawyer for the person who's bringing the case and the matter to court, that this effectively was issued. And we will get a right of reply from the City of Johannesburg and from Floyd Brink's representatives.